Hey, what's happening, my people? It's Gleekon, back once more as we continue our journey together through all things World of Warcraft. We are going to keep plugging away at the Winterspring. Maybe we can finish it today. I thought we were going to finish it last time, but the last couple quests are time-consuming doozies, so we'll see if we can do it today. Stay a while and listen. We're again in the Eastern Plaguelands because one of the finale quest lines sends you back and forth to Eastern Plaguelands over and over again. Clear on the opposite side of the world. So not a lot we can do about that.
Master craftsman
Yeah.
Like a toot in the wind.
Like a toot in the wind. Alright, so
Now I'm the only one left to craft the goods.
we have to do still a couple things. So we're gonna go turn this one in. The only other thing that's part of the Winterspring chain, technically, because this quest is called Fragments of the Past, it's clocking in as being an Eastern Plaguelands quest. But this is a Winterspring chain. I think it's gonna send us to Dire Maul next, which is fine. We have to go into Dire Maul to get this portion of the... I think from what I read, though, we can, like, sneak our way into it. I did a little research. I was like, oh, crap, am I going to have to do a Dire Maul run? But I think we can sneak it in. And it's actually going to be better because... there is a... once we have visited Dire Maul, I guess, supposedly... We tried to visit this quest right here, a Reliquary of Purity, but even though we talked to the person, the quest wasn't available. So there's some prerequisite that is not triggered by Questy. I don't know. Now, if we look at some of the research from people, a Reliquary of Purity. Oh, I should have just gone right to the quest. If you look at what some of the people in the comments say, which, thank goodness for Wowhead. I imagine playing this game before Wowhead, and I'm just like, what? What an insane notebook. Because it's unrealistic that you would go and talk to every single person in the game. Constantly. In between every step along the way. Like, that's just a ridiculous concept. So it's really a community effort of people that have figured this out bit by bit. We'll research what it says we need after we talk to Homegirl here. Again, so Fragments of the Past. This one, I don't even remember. This, how did we get this one done? What did we have to do? Oh, we had to go to Ajara. Yeah.
What brings you here? I am listening.
It is only in the pages of the sacred writings that I will be able to discern whether or not I can help you.
Hello.
The pages have gone untouched for many, many years.
What brings you?
I don't know why she's kind of British. I will be able to help you. If recreating the artifact is truly what you wish to do, to seal the pieces back together, I will need items with strong magical qualities, an enchanted thorium bar, and 5 crystal restore. I've gotten both of those. You'll also need to collect some water from what might seem an unlikely place, from the Dire Pool along Eldrith Row at Dire Maul and Feralis, and fill this vial. While you are gone, I will attempt to glean from these pages the knowledge I need to repair the damage done to the relic. Alright, so now we have to go back to Feralis. Alright, what's going to be the quickest way for us this time? We can go to Wetlands, take a boat here and fly down, or we can... I think the boat here will be better, actually, this time. If we are just going straight to Dire Maul to fill this last portion up, which is what I think we're going to do. We got all the Dire Maul spreadsheet worked on. Remember, we're kind of on a countdown now. We have 9 days, probably 8-ish. Well, actually, probably have a week's worth of episodes. And before this retail all of this end game grind starts becoming back burner E. And fret not, because those guys have murdered me more than once. Those Crimson bodyguards. Fret not, because a lot of the quests are available in retail still, and we are going to have a long time recreating and redoing around almost 1,000 quests from Classic that are still available. It's not going to take us as long as it took us here to run them the first time, due to introduction of flight, due to the quickness of leveling up, due to the level scaling, due to the ability to solo every dungeon. So we're going to cruise through, but it's going to kind of allow us to tackle quests in a more head-on manner. We are not going to do the quests in one thing that Cataclysm or I can't remember which expansion added it, but they added sort of like chapters to each zone. We're not really going to follow those per se, because not all quests are tied to them. So you might, if you were just trying to complete all the chapters, you might miss some. My apologies again for my voice. I think maybe I'm coming out of the other side. I don't know. I'm either coming out of the other side with this cold, maybe, or I'm like right in the peak in the middle of it.
Where would you like to fly?
Which is good that this is as bad as it's gonna get, but
Safe travels.
it's wreaking havoc on my sinuses and all that stuff. Anyway, as I talked before, this is a good preview because over the next week or so, we'll be finishing off the couple Winterspring parts and starting to really work on Dire Maul. So the end game, and I keep recapping this, but now the things that are going to fall off and get slow played are Upper Blackrock Spire, but that's going to be the first thing on the list because I do feel kind of beholden to that. Doing the epic class quests, discussing those as we play. Also cool, but those are coming down the pipe pretty fast. Azure Ghost and Lord Kazakh, if we can get those. There's no quest tied to those, but it is interesting to be able to do them. But once we finish Dire Maul, I will start an Azure Ghost watch, I guess, where at least once a day I try to pop in. It's just not... I don't know if the juice is going to be worth the squeeze very much. We will then probably slip in an Onyxia, no, a Molten Core. At some point in this, like, we'll do Dire Maul, and then I'll be looking for Azure Ghost and Kazakh as we work on the Epic Priest quest. The Epic Class quest, and then probably somewhere in the middle of those, like after I do the Paladin, before that, I'll do Molten Core. Then as I wrap them up, we'll also run Onyxia. Then we'll mess around with the Alterac Valley and Warsong Gulches just to experience those before we finally run Blackwing Lair. Blackwing Lair will really technically get you through half of the time from Warcraft 1. It's also when Darkmoon Faire is going to populate, so at that point in time I'll start pursuing Darkmoon Faire quests. And then, yeah, from then on it's pretty linear. It'll be Zul'Grub with Arathi Basin, Stranglethorn Fishing. Maybe the Dragons of Nightmare. I kind of want to do that one because you get a quest for that. And Silithus. So Silithus is what's really going to get pushed back to the end on this. So by the time we get to Silithus, it might be... we might have already been working on that on retail. And that is what it is. There's just not a lot of lore left to get. Silithus does have some. The war effort leading after that is just the war effort leading to Ankaraj, which is cool. The gates and Temple of Ankaraj, you can do those still, but the war effort's gone. And then the Naxxramas Pre stuff, which a lot of that stuff is minimal. It's like this couple of these quests right here. They're really minimal. I don't even know how you unlock them without grinding rep. So it'll slow all that down, but it's time. 4 years in, I think 4 years spent building up to getting to retail is enough time. And we're not even abandoning. We're just slow playing. It'll allow me to keep the lore trickling out at a better pace. And we're gonna have a while of retail classic kind of combo. All right, like so. For instance, if you look at retail, what we will do is see this Reliquary of Purity is obsolete, cannot be obtained or completed. We are going to look at all obsoletes as well. So when you look at quests, let's just say you click quests in general. What you can do is you can have it is added in the patch less than or equal to, and then you take the oldest patch possible, which that actually doesn't, it provides you nothing. So then you keep going up. Well, okay, what about Mysteries of Maraudon? Apply that filter, they have nothing shown. What about another little Mysteries of Maraudon, like mini patch? Nope, nothing shown. So they did 4 waves once per week of Mysteries of Maraudon. None. What about when they finally released Dire Maul? So they didn't track it back then. It's not that the website's broken or anything. We did an extensive deep dive on one of these episodes, the Wayback Machine. The Wayback Machine's not tracking it that far. All right, the first Dire Maul is the second. Okay, Call to War. That was Phase 4. That was when they finally introduced World PvP. But also, for questing purposes, that's when they introduced the Epic Quests. Nothing. They did have 2 patches of that, Call to War 4.1 and 4.2. Those are the 2 waves of Epic Quests. So at first it was, or maybe one of those was World PvP. I don't know the exact order, but in that time period. So again, they weren't tracking it. The Wayback Machine doesn't have it. Because I love this filter. It's just that it's broken for a lot of what we want to do.
Passage to Theramore from this dock.
Okay, well that's where we're gonna go. All right. Okay, so what about next? My dog's gonna bark as my life. Battlegrounds. This is when they added Alterac Valley and Warsong Gulch. Well, no, the first one, maybe first 2. Okay, nothing available. Okay, Phase 6. This is when I talk about these 1.5, 1.6. This is when Blackwing Lair came out. They still weren't tracking it. And the second phase of Blackwing Lair, still weren't tracking it. That's when Darkmoon Fair came out. Okay, when we enter Phase 7, or Part 7, Rise of the Blood God. So they've released Zul'Gurub. Nope, still weren't tracking it. Rise of the Blood God 7.1, still weren't tracking it. Okay, what about Part 8, Dragons of Nightmare? This is when they released the Dragons of Nightmare and Silithus. Pretty cool set. Well, the first wave, no. What about the second wave? No. They don't even have the third one because I guess no quests were added in that or whatever, but that's gone. The third and the fourth, this is also, like I said, at some point with Silithus, they don't have the Silithus quests specifically tagged. Okay, what about when they added the Gates of Ankaraj? This is the opening of the Gates of Ankaraj. We know there were quests available. They just don't have them listed. They would have all been obsolete anyway. 9.1, 9.2, 9.0, 9.3. This is a whole big quest chain. A lot of things were happening. This is when the times were alive. And that's also the Temple and Ruins of Ankaraj. All cool stuff. All right, well, what about Phase 10? That was just patch nerfs and tweaks. They don't even have the first one. They have one called the Storms of Azeroth. It was maybe some light pre-patch stuff. Nope. All right, so what about the 11th? The Shadow of the Necropolis. This is when they started getting ready for Nax? No. Now, when you look at 11.1, all of a sudden, 539 quests populate. So if we all check them by zone, we can now look and see what are these different things, and we can kind of go through. Now, if you look at almost everything has a requirement of level 1, maybe some are 10, some are 20. Not a lot that we can do, but it's because that has changed. They have changed level requirements for just about everything. But these are little different things we're going to have to know. So, for instance, we have elixirs for the blade leaves. It's an alliance quest. I'm pretty sure we did that, but that's going to be one of the first ones. So when we create a night elf, whatever kind of night elf we create, there's a ton of Alterac Valley quests. Are they all still going to be available? I don't know. Are we going to have to grind out Alterac Valley rep? I sure freaking hope not. But it's possible that we will. So if you look at like one of our characters might just have to go out there and do this. But everything is sort of kind of nerfed, so we're not going to do it right away, though. We're going to follow the same kind of order. So, like, alchemy, yes, we can add an alchemy quest in. But all those Alterac Valley quests, they're not going to be what we kick the game off of. Look how many there are. And then there's a decent amount of Arathi Basin. We're going to research. Some of those Alterac Valley quests might not be available anymore. Some of them might be rep-based. But there is a world where we have got to start grinding Alterac Valley in retail, which I hate. But if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do. And that will, again, buy us time for Classic to catch back up. All right, now we're going to go to the flight path here and fly down to Veralis, where we have to get this thing. We might as well turn in Feathermoon Stronghold. That's where we're going to fly over to Feathermoon. Or should we fly to this area? Nah, let's fly to Feathermoon Stronghold to turn in that quest for Dire Maul. Get some of that work knocked out of the way so that when I do Dire Maul in a couple episodes,
Where would you like to fly to?
we'll be able to I can queue off camera. All right, so Ashenvale has a moderate amount. If you look, there's the Paul quest. There's these Sentinel care packages. Maybe they're real, maybe not. There are a handful, but the majority of them have been removed. There are only 2 specific Blackrock Depths quests, the Spectral Chalice and Rocknot's Ale. So some of these must be tied to something else. They're not considered. Those are the only 2 original quests that still exist. So that's interesting. And we'll still check those out. We will have to do, if you see here, we have an alliance and a horde, so we will have to, just to start us out, we will need an alliance and a horde blacksmith. Fine. Children's Week. Now, I don't know when Children's Week originally dropped. Let's check that. See, this is the different kind of research we'll have to do. When was Children's Week added to WoW? In patch 3.2. So this is where you can start to see some of the cracks in the armor. Patch 3.2. Oh, no, I see. It was introduced with the game's launch. All right, so it did exist in the beginning. So when Children's Week pops around, we will actually have to participate in that. That's like, what, halfway through the year? So these are the original Children's Week quests that will still be available. Okay, Cold Ridge Valley. Those are the 3 intro Ironforge. Oh, the dog. Cooking. Everyone will have some cooking that we can do, both specific Horde and some Alliance. Darkmoon Fair. We know when we're going to add that in. So that's one. So there are over 500 quests. There are 2 Deep Run Tram quests. There's a Dark Shore quest. A few Desolates. Dunmorog has some. Duratar has some. But look, they're much, much, much less than there were before. Dustwallow. Elwyn has a hand. Elwyn actually has a bunch. So it looks like the majority of the Elwyn Forest quests stayed intact. So when we start this, look at this. There are epic rated quests. Shrouded in Nightmare. And Waking Legends. That's the dragons. But if you look at Shrouded in Nightmare, can you still get this? Yeah, you can know. So the quest still exists. So if you actually had that quest on a character, you could still turn it in. But you cannot actually collect this. It says, the object turns into a great nature resist ring. This is as of 06. It was dropped. The bosses are all removed. It now drops nothing. Oh. The item is also only attainable by 1 person per dragon. So even when we start killing these, this might not drop from us. So that's okay. We might never get this. We might never be able to do that quest because we would need to compete with a raiding group to get these dragons. 1 item drops. What does it say? You can still finish this quest if you have the item from before. %70 drop rate from the dragons. It was always a guaranteed drop. Okay. Can only drop for one player once. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So it's not if we do the quest, we should be able to get that. That's cool. And we will. Okay, so that means we will. We'll grind that out. Try our best. All right. So this is me just kind of exploring as we play around. Felwood still has almost all of those buff quests still available. There's a couple first aids, fishing. So as we go into some of these, some are going to be obsolete. And like one of our viewers said, I always forget their name. Floor? Something with Floor. There are quests that we want to discover that were added in later patches or whatever. Okay, so yeah, there's fishing. There are some actual Nomergon quests. It's all the Sparklematic plus Return of the King, but we'll be able to solo those. Hallows End has some. Harvest Festival. Cool. Yep, there's a few Iron Forge quests, still leatherworking. There are legendary quests. Now, will we be able to actually do Rise Thunder Fury, for instance? It starts with a Dormant Kissed Windblade, dropped by Prince Thunderon. Okay, where's Prince Thunderon at? That's cool. So that is a dude found out there. He drops the Thunder Fury. He's a 40-man raid. Yeah, but that's before. I wonder... So he's going to be part of some boss chain. Interesting. Alright, let's go turn this in. That'd be cool if we could get that quest still. I didn't see anything saying that it couldn't. So... my hope is up. We might be able to get Thunder Fury. It's probably not anything cool anymore.
Hail, adventurer. I am pleased to see you, but regret that our meeting is not under more pleasant conditions. Listen close, for I have a vital task for you.
Okay, give me a gold.
The mage Lethendris, a vicious blood elf whose brutality is matched only by her twisted addiction to magic, has fled into Dire Maul. She has created a device, a web to ensnare the magical energies of that place, and we fear that if left unchecked, she will cause irreparable damage to our world. Stop her, adventurer. Find her and retrieve her web. She is likely near the satyrs in Warpwood Quarter of Dire Maul. Bring the web to me so that its power may be released safely back into the wilds.
Alright, so we've done a Dire Maul quest now, and that's kind of where we're at, trying to do Dire Maul. Now we've got to go across the stupid water. Alright, so let's go to our, we have now done Feathermoon Stronghold. And we have picked up Lethendris' web. Cool. We are going to have to turn that one in probably after. And we are going to have, yeah, I'm going to need to add a few more. Because he's doing the neutral ones. She's doing. All right, so if you don't, yeah. So I'm going to keep looking on this. Harvest Festival. Don't know what that's all about if you can do it. So these are just things, herbalism. That's an herbalism quest. Lunar Festival. That will actually pop up early in the game. That's probably going to be the first holiday we do. And that's something that we're also going to do in Classic. Thief's Reward. So that's Midsummer. Molten Core. Still has some things you can turn in. Is that true? Yeah. So you can still grind out Molten Core. We'll be doing that, I guess. At least for one thing. Mulgore, New Year's Eve. There's a closer shore. I'm going to go onto that. Now, Northern Barrens is a category, so that's different. But these quests are from original Barrens. Echeyaki, to track a thief. So that's cool. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these have changed. And again, Northern Stranglethorn, as opposed to just Stranglethorn Vale. Northshire only has one quest from the original game. So when we start there, everything else is going to be, like, possible to complete. So, report to Goldshire, for instance, it is available, but we can't do it because it's part of the longer quest line. So, yeah, so that's lame. So that original quest does exist exactly as it was before, but we will not be able to do it because it's this is maybe one of the first times we've seen something like this. We won't be able to actually complete that. Orgrimmar, there's some paladin quests. That's cool. All right. Rocket chicken quests. Rogue. And then look, the Ruins of Ahn'Qiraj still has. We're gonna have to be able to take up to level 30 at least, all of every single class, so that we can try to get these things. And we're going to be actually spending a bunch of time at the end grinding on Ahn'Qiraj, but it's not going to be too bad, to be real. It's actually, there's going to be something kind of soothing about it. Silithus, a lot of the Silithus quests still exist. Stormwind quests still exist. There's tailoring. What else do we got here? Tanaris, but those are like dragon quests. I don't know how you get those, but we're gonna do it. Looks like Teldrassil. A lot of the Teldrassil quests remain, almost all of them. So they didn't really change Teldrassil at all. Temple of Ahn'Qiraj still has a ton. Cool. Cape of Stranglethorn. So a few of the Booty Bay type quests are still available. Thunder Bluff, Tristful. Uldamon has a couple still. There's a Warlock quest. Warsong Gulch has a couple. Wintervale has a bunch. We're not going to start with Wintervale. We're going to finish with Wintervale. And Winterspring has one quest, the Root of All Evil. Which is the Defender of the Timber Mall. So there's some quests where we're going to just have to start by grinding rep. But rep grinds are going to be much, much better. Reputation is much easier to get in retail now, especially for these older factions. Now, if you notice, one of the things that was not listed... Okay, so we have to find... Well, we have to enter Dire Maul. That's an elite dude. How do we enter Dire Maul? Not 100% sure, but we gotta find the entrance because we need to get to Dire Maul West. This is Eldreth Row. Okay, so let's look and see this actual quest. What is it called that we're on? Fragments of the Past. Alright, so we'll come back to that. So that's just a little... It's gonna be a lot of grinding, to be honest. And it is what it is. Alright, so Fragments of the Past. No, I'm supposed to be looking at Kalimdor. Classic, I mean. Okay. Yeah, so what do the people say? It's bugged, it's invisible. Head to Dire Maul and go left at the first fork in Eldreth Row. Keep following this to a dead end. Okay, so we have to find a fork here. Alright. I like that we can ride our horse through this. Okay, so we still haven't found a fork yet. These hyenas are not elite, so I'm not as worried about them. There's a fork. And it says, follow this till a dead... Oh, look, you can see the vial of dire water. Okay. These guys are not that tough. Or, I mean, they're not, like, aggroing me from a million miles away. I like that. Okay. Oh, you can see. This is where I need to go. Is that the pool? Right there? Let's try it out. Yeah, this is it. So you can see the pool, just super high. Cool. That was like way less annoying than I thought. But you know what's more annoying? Now we have to go back to Eastern Plaguelands. Actually, I want to make sure that's true. Yes, we gotta go back to Eastern Plaguelands again. Ugh. Alright, where is that? What's our timing at for recording? Okay, so we're still good. There's a chance we finish it today. Alright, so now we have to get back on a flight path. We finish this with her, then tomorrow we will, or the next day in 2 days, because tomorrow's a Final Fantasy day. In 2 days, we will do the Horde quests. Should be quicker. Alright, so back to Eastern Plaguelands.
Where is it you would like to go, lad?
So much freaking travel.
Just a few coin, my griffins can get ye there fast.
Alright, so what do we have to do? I'm pretty sure we actually did this one. Yeah, we gotta go back here. We did Fragments of the Past Part 1. Okay, we gotta get a couple more quests here, too. It's actually more than that. We did Fragments of the Past Part 1. And picked up this. So we're gonna go turn that one in. And This is going to give me these 3 quests, which is mostly just turning in and talking. That's going to be easy. The only other stuff we have to do is turn in turn in the Yeti thing right here, and then get a Yeti of our own when we get to Winterspring. That's easy. And do the last 4 echo that we have to do. So we are done with the hard stuff, other than grinding out the echo. Okay. So you kind of see, I guess now what we can do is we can go back to our spreadsheet here and look and see what we can continue building out the regular spreadsheet, because we've got so much traveling to do today. All right, so what's left for us to complete in Blackrock Spire? Delivery to Ridgewell, what the heck is that? That is part of the Mayara Brightwing series. So Drakefire Amulet we did. All right, let's look at General Drakasath's Demise. I think we actually have that one, or we can pick it up. Yeah, we can already pick that one up. So we can add that one in for Alliance. We can just go pick that up. Let's go fight the Drakasath. Okay, so that one we can, let's just go fight and kill the last boss for Alliance. Fine. Okay. Any other 55 Alliance? We already did General Drakasath's command and Maxwell's mission. Yeah, because this combines all upper and lower. So, whatever. Okay, now for Horde, there's this quest called For the Horde. That, I think, is the one we're on, because I think we've done Eitrig's Wisdom. So we have to pick up the Horde quest for the Horde. And that's the one that lets you get the head of... What's his name? Yeah, get the head of Ren Blackhand. So that's cool. It's actually a pretty... And that unlocks what the wind carries. Is that actually on here? No, but we should actually... Then we will come back and do, like, Thrall's... What the wind carries. So then that's going to be like Thrall telling us a story. Then the champion of the Thrall... He'll send us to find Rexar. The champion of the Horde. He will send us to find Rexar. Okay. So this is actually cool. When we finish this, it's going to be a fun little quest where we will be the ones. I've seen a lot of people doing this, chasing down Rexar. Then the Testament of Rexar. So you'll bring his testament to that little gnome girl. Fine. So far, so good. The Testament of Rexar. Fine. And then she'll give you a quest called Oculus Illusions. Where are these found? Then you need to go back. So Horde will have to do this twice. You'll have to go back and get the Black Dragon Spawn Eyes. So So Oculus. So we will be having to do 2 Upper Blackrock Spire runs. And if you look, do I have Oculus? Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Followed by Ember Strife. Oh, then you're just talking to Ember Strife. Okay. This is again a post. Doesn't say that you are fighting her. You're just talking to her. Fine. Ugh, this flight's so long. Interesting. Okay, then that unlocks the 3 tests of skulls. The Test of Scrolls Chronalis. This is fighting the Time Watchers. to get your Onyxia key. Okay. This does not say that it is Horde. So this is... I'm going to stop Test of Skulls because that is... This is considered Dustwallow Marsh, but that's Onyxia. So I'm going to kind of pause and leave that up for a little bit right now. We'll come back to that one. Because talking to them will let us chill. All right, so where else? We did Oculus Illusions. Brood of the Black Dragon. That's after. So this is Blood of the Black Dragon Champion. So we will need to go back and do this. Huh. Interesting. So there is a Horde and an Alliance version of this. So we are going to have to do this with all. All right, but for Alliance, there's... Okay. We have to get off of that one. Come back to that too. Now that I know that Test of Skulls thing is something coming out, let's look and see what else we have. Warlord's Command, I'm pretty sure we already did that one. Because that is... Yeah, kill those. Black Hands Command. Pretty sure we did that. Yeah. So General Drakaseth's Command. What is my guy? Yeah, General Drakaseth's Demise. What does that one open up? That's fine. But what's interesting is the Horde has a different quest chain for that. Maxwell's Mission, we've already done that. Okay, so what else do we have? Yeah, Black Hands Command. This is your Blackwing Lair. Okay, so this is Blackwing Lair attunement. You loot a letter, read the letter, then go all the way to the end, touch that glowing, and then that gives you Blackwing Lair. Which really, I guess if we open up our quest spreadsheets here, then we could call this Blackwing Lair. But actually, Blackwing Lair is much later in the game. Yeah. Yeah, that should be like something completely different. All right. Dang it. Because we're going to do Blackwing a little later. But that's how you get Blackwing Lair attunement. Okay, it's for attunement, but it should be considered a Blackwing. Yeah, it should be considered upper Blackwing Foxfire. Okay, so never mind. Let's take all that out. Let's get rid of all that. I mean, I can leave the tabs, but... Because we want Blackwing Lair attunement if we're going to be in there anyway. So what is it called? That is called Black Hands Command. We're walking back to that lady. That little elf yet again. Okay, so that's Blackwing Lair attunement when we were at the top of the... After we, I guess, kill Blackhand. Fine. Interesting that there's this big Onyxia quest line. So that's kind of cool. I'm wondering where the Alliance version goes. How we get attuned to Onyxia as Alliance. Who knows? All right. Rock Doom Hell, Mother's Milk. We already did that. The Demon Forge. That was one that we already... Did I already add that one in? No, but that is... We already have that quest. Because that's a blacksmithing quest. Seal of Ascension. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then what? Then we have the Doomrigger's Clasp, which is the Alliance version. I think that's the Alliance chain. So we're going to have to run Upper Blackrock Spire. I lied. It looks like we're going to have to run that a few times. Okay. All right, ladies. What do you got for me?
I am listening. Hello.
This relic... Oh, we can ask her where can I get Enchanted Thorium? Enchanted Thorium is a highly sought-after metal. Your best chance of finding some is to speak with an artisan, blacksmith, or miner.
What brings
And what about Crystal Restore? Crystal Restore is a difficult item to acquire. I believe that it comes from the Ungoro crater, so you'd best head there.
Hello. What brings you here?
This relic must be placed in the hands of only the most trustworthy. It cannot be stolen again.
I am listening.
Using these elements, I can fuse the fragments together so hopefully what they once were. Please wait while I attempt to bind the shards together so that they will be whole once again. What are we even doing? Ishnu Oshalantara Dornil Anu Dorin. Okay, she's like opening up and doing some kind of book. Bopping up and down. Is she gonna give it to us now? Yes, I was able to reseal the relic, Gleekintessa.
What brings you here? I am listening.
Tormented by the past, Gleekintessa, I weep for what has happened in the past. Like this crystal, the elves as a race have been shattered. I do not know if the pieces will ever again be reunited into one, but my sorrow has been eased by being able to help you with this one small task. You must not forget the past, Gleekintessa. Please take the crystal of Zin Malor back to Lake Kel'Thurel. You must find a highborn spirit that realizes the error of what was done so long ago. Show the spirit that we have made things right again. Alright, so now that we have the crystal, now they want us to turn it into the ghosts back in Winterspring. Also, now that I've been to Dire Maul, now maybe the Moonglade quest will be open. Alright, so now we gotta travel back to the wetlands again. This time taking a boat to Teldrassil. And then flying from Teldrassil to Moonglade, and then from Moonglade into Winterspring. Where we will turn these quests in and then hopefully have time to start working on the Ickle. And we will do at least one piece of that. I mean, I could just skip out, put the other Echo quests on the Vanity Project, because it's not really, they're not important at all, and neither are the Tiger quests. So we could do that too. Let's see how we are on time, but this one's taking so much time, and then like by the time we get there, we're gonna maybe, I mean, I'll put in whatever work we have time with, like, but we're gonna maybe have like 30 minutes of time remaining. So I'll devote that 30 minutes to it, but then at the rate that we were doing it last time, it depends. Like, if I get it down to where we just need one Echo in that time, sure. We'll run late today and I'll do that last echo. But otherwise, we might just cast off some and put them on the whatchamacallit. Yeah, so Upper Blackrock Spire, looks like there might even be a third run I'm going to need to do. It looks like there repeated runs of Upper Blackrock Spire are going to be needed, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's not. It is what it is. I feel less bad about it now that it's not holding up everything in my life. Now that I decided to move forward and to a spot where I can, like... Now, even like with PvP, if I've got to do all these stupid PvP quests, even if that's the case, I will do them all. We are going to do literally every single possible quest in the game when we play retail. We're going to create every possible combination. We'll make things just for that. Alright, so... gotta go back to Menethil Harbor yet again. Alright. So coming back over here, if we go to Doomringer's Clasp, that's a 57. Alright, I could take that one out because we put that on there. Oh, that opens up with Mayara Brightwing. Okay, so that's actually where it has to start. Mayara Brightwing into Doomringer's Clasp into Delivery to Ridgewell. That's just a 3-part quest. Alliance. Okay. What is it called? Mayara Brightwing, which these are already available. That's a breadcrumb to the lady. She then gives you Doomringer's Clasp, which that's the actual quest. And then the bringing it to the dude, Delivery to Ridgewell. That's the other whatever. Alright, so... we have that. Boom, 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 boom. This one, I gotta come back and look at this Brood of the Black Dragon Champion, because that comes after the tests. Egg freezing. That is a... okay. That is a quest that we have to do. That's a unique... I mean, that's a neutral one. Egg freezing. It looks like it opens up a couple other quests, weirdly enough. Egg collection. Right? So we'll have to run it more than once. Just wait until they killed, and then you can go back down to the rookery. Okay, so that's fine. So we can do that one solo. That's not going to be a big deal. And then that's neutral, so only one person's going to have to do that. And then that opens up the next phase, which is called Leonid Bartholomew. Fine. Bring it back to the dude in the Eastern Plaguelands. This is actually there's a lot more quests than I... Bartholomew. Is that what it's called? Bartholomew. Okay, and then that opens up Bettina Bigglezink, where you bring them to the Lights Hope Chapel. Fine. Bettina Bigglezink. And then that opens up Dawn's Gambit. Which is a Scholomance quest. Fine. So there is something we have to do. So this is actually pretty cool though. But they're just having you go run these dungeons over and over again. So this one wants you to go to the viewing room and then defeat Vectus. And you get a one-handed axe or a strong healing staff. Alright, so... That's fine. Cool. Alright, what is Darkstone Tablet? Vivian Legrave and the Darkstone Tablet? What is this one? I don't remember if we did that one or not. What did people say? Yes, it is. So, do I have that one? I'm not sure if I already did Vivian Legrave. I think I haven't. All right, so this is going to be a Vivian Legrave and the Dark Stone Tablet. So we got some definitely like prep work to do to get ready for, and then it's just called Darkstone Tablet. Okay, so this just sounds like easy. Just go grab something from inside the dungeon and it doesn't lead to anything. Fine. What do you get from it? It's a green item. Okay, so who cares? Mea Culpa, Lord Valthalak. That's the Gates of Encourage questline, so not worried about that. Warlord's Command. That one, we already did that one. Boom, boom, boom. That we already have. The Matron Protectorate. Okay. Jeez Louise. Alright, we're getting there. Our traveling is slowly but we're almost done with our traveling for the day, finally. I mean, we're getting there. We get on this boat to the other continent. And then, we have to go from where we land in Aberdeen. We got to fly to Moonglade, and then we're gonna have to go try to get this quest, and then come back and do our last flight. Thank goodness. All right, so what the heck is this? You need go to Winterspring. Where is she? It starts at Aubie. Okay, so did we already do this? Wrath of the Blue Dragon Flight. I don't think I have that. Do I already have this in Winterspring? Like, I don't see anything in... Actually, I don't think I saw anything. Yeah. So, no. This works in Classic if you don't... This is how to turn it in. But where do you get Aubie? Every time I've tried to accept this quest, the prerequisite. Go to the cave, go to the back. Oh. Yeah, so that's just telling how to get to the person to turn it in. Who's Aubie? It's a little blue dragon. She's a small blue dragon whelp on a ledge right before you get to the... Alright, so this is a quest that you can pick up there. It's called the Matron Protectorate. It's a neutral quest. That really is an Upper Blackrock Spire quest. Okay, so that's neat. Jeez, there's a lot of quests in here. The Matron Protectorate, which then opens up Wrath of the Blue Flight. Notice that like all of these quests are gone. They don't exist. This is added in patch 13 too, but the Wrath of the Blue Flight, which is just a talking. The Wrath of the Blue Flight. The Wrath of the Blue Flight Part 1. I should add in locations on some of these, but I don't really super care. Then Wrath of the Blue Flight Part 2, where she wants us to go to the guy in Western Plaguelands. Fine. Easy peasy. Okay, and then that opens up Catalog of the Wayward. Fine. After you talk to... I would just go look at the book. Is that accurate? Read from the Catalog of the Wayward. Found, so we just read the book. Okay, Catalog of the Wayward. Dang it. Yeah, so this is boring content today, guys. Sorry, but we're traveling so much. So you're just kind of seeing how I prep. This is prepping Upper Blackrock Spire. This unlocks Breastplate of the Chromatic Flight, which requires a bunch of crap. So all of this is so that you can get this breastplate, which is pretty dope. And this is why you need that stuff. 10 Frayed Abomination Stitchings, Chromatic Carapace. Presumed to exist. Only a greater chromatic dragonkin or dragon could possess such a carapace. Alright, so now we need to go to the flight path so we can fly to Moonblade. All of this work is like, okay. But we're not even guaranteeing. So if you click that, it is dropped off of Gith, Ren Blackhound's mount, with a 4% drop rate. It is not. It is a lootable drop. This item is only needed by those who wear plate or mail. Oh man, going under. All right, boat ride done. Slowly but surely.
The hippogriff is a noble beast, proud and swift.
All right, so it is by far the hardest item to get in the long process of making the breastplate of the chromatic flight or leg plates of the chromatic defiler. Upon receiving this item, it took me 6 hours to get the rest of the entire list. Okay, yeah, because if you look at the rest, Brilliant Chromatic Scales, I would imagine you could probably buy those online, maybe. Blood of Heroes, you could run around here and go for it. Frayed Abomination Stitchings, you just run whatever. So this is another example, though, of we're probably not doing both of these. I guess we could. Again, that's going to be vanity project because you got to do both. And at the end, you're going to get Breastplate of the Chromatic Flight. Which is a good breastplate. Or you're going to get the other version, which is Leg Plates of the Chromatic Defiler. Which gives you two options, tons of resistance. Okay, so we're not doing those anytime soon. That is 100% vanity project crap right there. What was that even called? Alright, now Pip Quick at your service. I told about this quest too. This is insane. This one is insane. So first of all, you need a glowing hunk of the beast's flesh. The competition is out through the roof. So you have to have... Finkel, you have to have a Skinner. It says you need a 300 Skinner. This one's insane. This is probably one of the most insane quests. So, the beast drops this can drop this dagger. It's a skinning dagger that gives plus 10 to skinning. Because you have to have at least a 310 skinning to skin the mob to get this blowing. I researched this one before because I was like, what on God's green earth? Okay, so kill the beast in upper Blackrock Spire. Be lucky enough that Finkel's Skinner drops. So, for instance, this is going to be our Horde character who's a Skinner. That's it. Which gives you the plus 10 skinning you'll need. Now, I would imagine, maybe, is there... I don't know if this is true, but is there perhaps an enchant plus 10 skinning? Because you need 310. Using said dagger, skin the beast. And then this guy will appear. And then he will give us this quest. Oh, come on. So that's just... How crazy is that? Now, we do have a 300... So, we will be 100%... Like, that's 100% vanity project. That one we can only do on our Horde character. And... Because that's our Skinner. And then we'll be needing that dagger. Just crazy. Just crazy. Alright, so now can we get Reliquary of Purity? I do not see a question over his head. What the heck can you actually get?
Don't listen to the hearts of the world. The answer lies
Okay, wait a minute.
You know
now he has dialogue.
Listen to the hearts of the world.
He didn't have this before.
The answer lies within. You know the truth.
Have you ever heard of a place called Diamond?
Don't listen to the hearts of the world.
Shush. Aye, but I know it by its true name, Eldritch Alas. It was a bastion of magical power for the Night Elves many, many years ago. You know of Eldritch Alas, young one. One might say that it's coincidental to my current plight, but I am not one to believe in coincidence. Why do you say that this is a coincidence for being?
Don't listen to the hearts of the world.
Agents of the Cenarian Circle have uncovered disturbing information pertaining to the current situation in Eldritch Alas. I am at an impasse as to what to do about it, and I will no doubt soon seek the aid of able-bodied beings capable of handling themselves in a fight. To properly take action in Eldritch Alas, however, is to understand the lore of an object known as the Fruit of Fertility. The Fruit of Fertility?
Don't listen to the hearts of the world.
In ages past, Eldritch Alas was a nexus of magical power, and those who dwelt within its hallowed halls wielded immense power. One such night elf was Millicent Serene, a naturalist who willed the power of nature itself into potent artifacts she forged. The Fruit of Fertility was her crowning achievement. She used a specially prepared moonwell to grow an exotic and vibrant vine that was imbued with an aura of protection and growth. All of Eldritch Alas flourished from its existence. But something went wrong, didn't it?
Don't listen to the hearts of the world.
Alas, it always seems like it does, as did the rest of the Cenarian Circle. I had assumed that Millie's creation was destroyed during the War of the Ancients. This, as I have come to learn, is far from correct. The Fruit of Fertility survived, though now it is known as the Fell Vine. It is being corrupted by the demonic lord of that section of Eldritch Alas, Alzine the Wild Shaper. What would happen if the Fruit of Fertility or the Fell Vine was allowed to be fully corrupted?
Don't listen to the...
I cannot begin to imagine, Glicantessa. All I know is that I am not going to allow it to happen. It will be destroyed, if not for our continued safety from demonic taint, then for the memory of Millicent Serene. Millie, this my friend. This is where I hope you will come in. What would you have me do, Rabin?
Alone light your path.
Speak with me, Glicantessa, if you are willing. the Cenarian Circle would eagerly accept your generous offer of aid. The threat posed by the Fellvine of Eldrithalos is indeed dire. I cannot imagine how the hell you would find this quest. How would you ever? You would have to have been already exploring Dire Maul and then decide to just come back and talk to this dude without an exclamation mark.
The first step is to find a container capable of holding an extremely corruptible substance without the handler suffering ill effects. There is only one sort device I am aware of that could possibly contain something as vile as the Fellvine, a reliquary of purity. Deep in the wasteland of Silithus is the remnants of the Night Elf village known as Southwind. I know one was there many, many years ago. If we are to succeed, I need you to scour those ruins in the hopes of reclaiming it.
Alright, so we're cooked, because now I have to travel all the way to Silithus to get this to even do that quest, so this is good and bad. What it means is we 100% are not doing, we're not finishing today. We're going to have one more, because where are we at on time right now? Yeah, we have like 20 minutes. So that is what it is. So we're not going to get that done. But and since we have to do that quest too to kind of get us set up for Dire Maul, what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend our 20 minutes. We're gonna go to Everlook, and maybe I'll go down and do the giants. Well, we're gonna turn these quests in for sure. Maybe I'll try to get those giants knocked out, and then at the end of today's episode, I'll set myself on a flight path down to Silithus. So that when we start the next one in Cenarian Hold, we'll go down and get this Reliquary of Purity, and then fly all the way back, which will take some time. Fly back to Moonglade, turn that in, get the Dire Maul quest, and then come in and finish up. So it'll basically allow us to break this echo into 2 parts. So, all right. So meanwhile, back to what we were doing here. This is going to be 100% Pip Quick at your service, and unlocks all these other quests. It's a very funny. I want to do it. And maybe if somebody opens it up, it will allow you to talk to the dude. I don't know, though. He'll give you the quest. But this gives you 3 other quests. It gives you the Breastplate of Bloodthirst, which is a leather breastplate. We don't need that. That you can craft. So again, this is just stupid. Okay. I spelled breast wrong. It gives you a quest called Cap of the Scarlet Savant. Neat. So this is basically how you could get some of these other quests. So there are some legendary items available if you're willing to do all this crap. There's one more. But mess with that in a minute. Alright, first, let's go finally turn in our Yeti quest. Then we'll go down here to Tormented by the Past and turn that one in. Just crazy the amount of running around you have to do to set this quest up. And this isn't even the true, like, we're starting to see where some of the legendary stuff is available, but... Alright, we did it.
Well, spit it out.
I can't wait to hear how my friends react. They'll never expect it.
Ha! You'll think twice before making fun of my ideas again. Thanks for your help, adventurer. I couldn't have had so much fun without you.
Hey, they gave me a mechanical Yeti.
Have a good one. I'll get the last laugh. They'll see. Oh, hi, adventurer. I didn't see you there.
Where's the Yeti of my own? So we did Are We There Yeti Part 3. But there's supposed to be a quest called... Or did we do... Oh, dang it. I forgot. We did do this other thing. Didn't we? We're on Tormented by the Past. Yeah. So we did Fragments of the Past Part 2. That actually should go there. Dang it. No, it shouldn't. And then we picked up Tormented by the Past. And then we got Are You There Yeti Part 3. We're going to need a few more. We're going to need a better boat. Alright, but look, there's a quest called A Yeti of Your Own. How do you get that? Yeti of Your Own. It is picked up by Umi Rumpelspunker. That's her. Oh, that's engineering. It will let you build... So that's an engineering quest. She says, say, you know what? You're an engineer too, so since you helped me teach my friends a lesson, I'm going to teach you how to make your very own mechanical Yeti. Now the fun can go on forever and ever, and you can scare whoever you want. Provided you can scare up the components to make it, that is. What do you say? Do you want to learn the secret to making a mechanical Yeti? Alright, so that one we can't actually complete. It's actually an engineering quest. Called a Yeti of Your Own. I don't know what the requirements are. I know you have to do a quest chain. Not worried about it that much. Alright, so I'm gonna put that other Yeti that I have in the bank. That needs...
Hey, how you doing?
Alright, so we put that away. What is this? Crystal of Zin Meteor. Deals damage and drains 100 to 500 mana every second if you're not worthy. I'm not worthy. Okay.
Keep it real.
Alright, cool. That quest chain is done. Now we're going to go turn this one in. Fragments of the Past. And then we're going to go fight some giants. And hopefully the echo on those elite giants is... They were a little trickier for us, but if it's 100% drop rate, it'll be okay. I mean, we're going to do this Tormented by the Past thing first, but... Alright, so if you want to be able to build your own Yetis, you got to be... an engineer. Good to know. Nope. Dang it. Alright, so it's a holiday time of year. We're just a few days away from Christmas. Which is, you know, cool, right? Be fun. Let's see if we can get there without too much more aggro. There's our girl. Okay. She says, such sorrow, the past cannot be undone. She is a remorseful highborn. Cursed forever. Please leave me. Is she worthy? Not just give me general alliance reputation. Or just alliance. The crystal, the highborn here are clouded by their own misery. I am sorrowful, but I realize the error of what happened so long ago. Even though there is no way to change the past, I am now at peace knowing that you have recovered the crystal of Zin Malor. You must return it. It must be returned. Highborn spirits, be at peace. The crystal of Malor is whole once again. What are they doing? Oh, they're all running around. Are they going to be good now? Okay. That's neat. And what happens to them? They just like gather together and they're non-hostile? Okay. Oh, those two. So I wonder if that's for good now. I wonder if they are going to be staying non-hostile to me, or if no. If that's like a time thing and they're non-hostile to everyone. Alrighty. So yeah, we're seeing why the Vanity Project here is going to be a pain. Because the game was designed to really, if you made it that high, like spend your last year just running these dungeons over and over, running, doing this content, getting, and maybe you get lucky, maybe you get a whatever, and that's where we're at right now. Some of that stuff is truly a pain. Alright, meanwhile, by the way, we had done the Cap of the Scarlet Savant. There was one more. It was called Leggings of Arcana. Let's put that one in there. And that is... So there's a way that you could go to... You could go to Upper Blackrock Spire. No matter who you are, you can come out of Upper Blackrock Spire with some sort of... some sort of epic piece of gear. One epic piece of gear. People don't usually do it, though, just because there are better ways to get epic gear. Alright, so let's go talk to this guy. We'll work on the spreadsheet on this in a second. It has been some time since you left, the Contessa. How have you fared?
Is that what I think it is? Quite impressive, adventurer. The crystal of Zin Malor can never be returned to the temple, which, as you know, lies in ruin. But I believe that your effort to undo the evil of the past should not go unrewarded. Seek out Archdruid Fandral Staghelm in Darnassus, and bring the crystal to him, adventurer. It should be in the hands of those that will not abuse its power. From the looks of it, only a handful of the strongest magic users would be able to control such a power.
Killing me. Absolutely killing me. Alright, so... No, we are not done. Because we will have to go put this quest into Darnassus. Of course. Why would we not? Alright, well, when we're flying around on tomorrow's episode, we will add Darnassus into the loop of places we go. Alright, now I think the only thing that we haven't done for as far as Upper Blackrock Spire, which has a lot, is this chain. First of all, there's the Valathak amulet, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the Gates of Ahn'Qiraj, so we're skipping that. But there is this Blood of the Black Dragon Queen from that. So it requires these quests. It's kind of weird. These quests are not... They're not tagged as Horde only, but they have a prerequisite that is Horde only. Azuros is a rare elite. That's cool. So, are they really horde only? There's a small thorium vein. I'll take some thorium. I'll take it. Alright, so we're going to cross this bridge because we need to get to the giants. I think they're gonna have just about a 100% drop rate. So our goal is going to be to kill 3. We were able to kill 1 for fun before, just to test ourselves. Alright, so this quest can be completed as a raid. How do the Alliance... I'm curious to say... How do Alliance get Onyxia Key Classic? Oh, you need the Drakefire Amulet. Oh, okay. So Drake, we are already pretty much there. Cool. The Alliance quest. You have to do Dragonkin Menace. We did that. The True Masters. Marshall Windsor. Abandoned Hope. A Crumpled Up Note. So you have to do that whole quest line we did. Jailbreak. The Stormwind Rendezvous. The Great Masquerade. Oh. So that's why. We've already pretty much... All that extra work we did, we were setting this up. Cool. Alright. Whereas this one, you gotta go do all of this... And then the Test of Skulls. Oh, awesome. I feel good. I feel pretty. Alright. Alright, so that's good. So, opening up that. All of this is to just unlock Onyxia, which is the second. There's Molten Core rating. We're going to have to do this one. Alright, so after I do this spreadsheet... When we're working on more stuff, or in my free time, I'm going to start working on... Actually, we already have the epic quests for class quests. We already have those listed and scaled out. So I don't even have to do that. It's Blackwing Lair that is next. Alright, we don't need those crystals. What we need is 3 giants. There's a big old bear, level 60. It's very rare that you actually see level 60 mobs. Okay. So this is how we did it last time. I put on defense. I put that on. I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of my squids. I do have some buffing I can add on. But I kind of want to see if I can... No, this is a good one. Okay. We have to keep... I don't think I used a potion or anything last time, but I did have to be very strategic about, like, how I fought this guy. Okay. I don't think that worked. Because he is a giant subtype. There's another one over there. I think going for the 59s is also a good strategic way to do this. Uh-huh. My mana's a little low. I think I had this on there for one of them. That slows down your attack speed, but it doesn't disintegrate it. And then we use the second stun. Okay. Now he's down to 18%. And then I had to use this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. He did not drop the echo, though. Okay, so much for the 100% echo drop rate. I'm gonna try. That one wasn't too bad. I'm gonna see what happens if I go for a... I should have got myself up to full life beforehand. See what happens if we go for a level 60, how much harder that will be. If I have to use my one potion or whatever. Okay, so I think this was good to keep this on here. He is strong. Now this one I might end up having to use a potion. He's hit me harder already right off the bat. And I don't like it. Okay. I cannot hit him, but at least it gives me... Okay. Somebody just took that guy down over there. Okay, it's not that bad. He is hitting me quite hard. Can I survive 10 seconds? Yeah, this is a lot worse. Yeah, I don't know if I've got it. I might have to... I guess I'll just use this for this one, and now I'm gonna stay away from the level 60s. Now that I've learned my lesson here, go for the 59s. He also did not drop an echo. That's lame. And there's someone out here killing it also. So he didn't drop an echo. That dude just killed another one. Bummer. That's a 60 though, I don't want to kill that one. They hit a lot harder. Whatever. So, I used my lay on hands. This time I could maybe use a potion. Let's see, what could I do? I could use a buff. Could use one of my buffs. I mean, that's what I bought. That's why I buy them. I think the mana is a good one. Yeah, I think the combination of what I have going on is good. Look, there's a 59 over there. So they respawn fast, but what is a... I get... Okay, I get a few seconds of increased armor. That's good. I mean, some of this is RNG also, like just getting good luck. What does this thing do? Oh, I have to bring it to the guy, that's why. This is a better one, too, that's part of it. Can I survive 10 seconds? Or I can pop that off? Maybe. Okay, good. Oh, he has a wild regeneration on himself? Lame. I do not like that. That sucks. He's a Frostmaw Preserver. Okay. I mean, this is good. He really hasn't done a lot of damage to me. I was able to really, like I was gonna say, he's getting close to Hammer of Wrath time. Oh. But now this what sucks though. I'm not getting any of the echoes. We've killed. I really thought. Let's look at this Frostmaw Echo because this sucks. Can they drop? It says they have a 39% drop rate. So they're supposedly good. The echoes are good, but it's lame. Died 2 or 3 times, no echo at all, after killing 15 to 20. The drop rate seems completely made up. Killed about 8, so 4 times lower. Alright, so yeah, so it's not actually, that's terrible. Big bummer. I actually thought, like, hey, why would you not? Why would it not? Alright, so that's lame. Now, see, this is just a Frostmaw Giant. Dude, I'm so bummed that... that the drop rate's so butt cheeks. I did not think it was going to be this bad. I was hoping that it would be a lot better. Yeah? I mean, gee. I was hoping the drop rate would be good, guys. Lame. Alright, so... Where are we at on time? I'll look after this one. But it is seeming like, maybe some trash. I like that, good. Okay. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so... Well, yeah, what's our time? We're already 10 minutes over. And this is a waste. Jeez. So this echo is also terrible. So screw it. Screw it for now. I might come back and do this. But now, you know what? All this is going the way of the Vanity Project. I mean, whatever. We'll come back and do a Pinchy Poo tomorrow. Like, maybe at least to get the Frost Saber provisions. But this is that's a joke. I just killed, like, 4 or 5. And not to say that we can't do it. And not to say that I won't. It's just very time consuming. and there's no lore juice out of that squeeze. So we're just doing it to say we did it. If that's the case, we can do that in the future. There's so much more cool stuff to get to. That's just where we're at with this. As you can see with the other quest line that we were at, like, we have this whole Test of Skulls thing. Like, that's cool. That's fun. Doing the 3 Test of Skulls and then opening up Blackwing Lair, or Onyxia Attunement, I mean. We already have Molten Core Attunement. We have to run Molten Core. That's going to be fun. Molten Core and Onyxia are actually going to be the next 2 things that I put on there. As well as then Blackwing Lair. I guess I'll add Darkmoon Fair quests in at that point in time too, and we'll... whatever. Yeah. I mean, we're really going to be running small. And then Zul'Grub quests. And then at that point, I mean, I'll add Stranglethorn Fishing, I guess. Then I'll add that Dragon's a Nightmare quest in. It's a single... It's called an epic quest, so we can kind of add that in there. We'll add Silithus in first. Actually, I'll save the Dragon's a Nightmare quest in. That'll be... whatever. And then I'll do the Gates of Encourage quest line, followed by the Ruins and Temple of Encourage. Like, those will just be... We're basically getting ourselves to a point where I can wrap that up soon. And yeah, we're gonna work on all this other crap. I'll have to decide an order of operation for our other quests, what we're gonna do for all these other silly little things. Oh, whoops, we need to get to a flight path, because now we have to fly all the way down to freaking Silithus. Whoopity-doo-dah. So next episode, on Wednesday, we'll be flying to Silithus and Darnassus to really wrap up those quests. And then, maybe I'll come back here.
To fly to?
I don't even know that I'll... somebody asked for a question in Dessus. Alright, so we're about to log right now, so bad timing for them. We're not anywhere near there. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching, listening, and tuning in. We will catch up very soon on some other episodes, and we'll keep this journey rolling. And the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. This one is in the pipe, 5x5.